Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today we are discussing an X series circa 1991 Rolex Oyster Perpetual Cosmograph Daytona. Reference 16528 in yellow gold. This watch is in outstanding physical condition. It measures 40 millimeters in diameter by 12.3 millimeters thick. It is 46.5 millimeters from lug to lug and from end link to end link across the wrist. It is 50.6 millimeters with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Pop open the clasp and throw the watch on the wrist, and the bracelet is all of solid center links and solid end links. So with the exception of the stamped clasp, this actually looks and wears like a modern Daytona. It's very solid and secure on the wrist. Easily flat enough to fit underneath a dress sleeve or cuff. And you can see on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, it's an easy and natural fit. It's suitable for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference. Taking a look at the bracelet, it's a 3-link Oyster design with a conforming end link, polished centers, a little bit of a taper, satinated shoulders, polished outer faces, removable links on both sides, fixed by screws. And you can see that it does include solid center links and solid end links, so it does wear and feel like a modern Rolex bracelet. It doesn't have that distinctive rattle of most vintage bracelets. You can see internally, there's your year stamp. I'll show you this correctly. And there is your bracelet reference stamp. You can also see pre-1995 hallmarks on the interior of the clasp. You'll also find them on the underside of the case. Now, the watch features a polished flank, graceful tapered lugs, and you can see the pre-2000 version of the 40 millimeter Rolex Daytona has satination on the lug hoods and then polish on the side. Today, it's all polished. The bezel is in outstanding condition with no visible wear or reduction of the lacquer inside the calibrations of the tachymeter scale. The tachymeter can be used to gauge the speed of an object over a closed course, such as a car across a kilometer. We have trip lock crown in gold, screw down, chronograph pushers, 100 meters, water resistant. We'll do a lume shot. And as you can see, this is a modern Luminova dial. Taking a quick look at the reverse side of the case, Oyster case, and the dial is a sort of metallic gray. It's not quite silver, it's darker than that. It's got a little bit of an undertone of gunmetal to it, and you can see that it has contrasting registers, each with a polished chaptering, gold races with nickel anthracite centers, and you can see that the sunburst actually continues across the centers of the sub-registers. Hands, crown, as well as our indices are 18-karat yellow gold, and the watch features caliber 40-30, which is based on the Zenith El Primero movement. Now, Rolex made some changes, so we'll talk about all the specs. It's an automatic winder, bidirectional automatic winding with a 50-hour power reserve. It has a column wheel for chronograph function selection and a lateral clutch. The column wheel is outstanding in its tuning. It operates at 8 beats per second rather than the El Primero's 5 because Rolex stressed durability above all else. And it has a COSC chronometer certification and 5-position adjustment. It also features a 31 jewel architecture in spite of the subtraction of the date mechanism. And it uses a free sprung balance with an overcoil hairspring to better take and hold the precise regulation and then keep good time during the chronometer certification process. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this Rolex Oyster Perpetual Cosmograph Daytona.